Question 16. The center pole of an 8-foot long center pole of a tent is 8 feet long, and the side of the tent is 12 feet long, as shown in the diagram below. You have one side of the tent is 12 feet long, the center pole is 8 feet long, and it also shows you if a right angle is formed. It shows you the right angle is formed. The right angle is formed on one side of a center pole. There's a right angle on the other side because the ground from once, if you make a half circle, that's 180 degrees. So if you cut off 90 degrees, you're left with 90 degrees. So you have a right triangle over here. If a right angle is formed where the center pole meets the ground, what is the measure of angle A to the nearest degree? Well, for angle A, what do we know? We know the side that's opposite angle A, we call side A. And we also know the hypotenuse, which is the side that's opposite the right angle. And so, let's try SOHCAHTOA, which is sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. But what do we know? We know the opposite and we know the hypotenuse. The only thing that helps us is the sine. And the sine of angle A is, what's opposite A? Opposite is 8 over hypotenuse is 12. 8 divided by 12 is 0.66666666. And we want to find the angle. Once you have this, you put on your calculator. You could have put it on beforehand also to do 8 divided by 12. But what you do is you put it on the calculator, do 8 divided by 12, and you get 0.666666, and then you hit, that's the sine. We want to know the arc sine. We want to know the inverse sine, which is the angle. The angle, what you do is you hit the inverse key, or the shift key, or the second key, whichever key gives you the key to the letters on top of sine, which says sine to the negative first power. Now you hit the sine button, you get 41.8103149. The question is, we want it to the nearest degree. To the nearest degree, you know if you have 41.4, it stays 41. If you have 41.5 or upwards, you round it up to 42. So the nearest degree is 42 degrees. So angle A to the nearest degree is 42, which is angle 2. Now, the complete triangle is 180 degrees. So if angle A is 42 degrees and angle C is 90 degrees, so to find angle B, which is this angle over here, you take 180 minus 42 minus 90, and when you do that, 180 minus 90 is 90, 90 minus 42 is 48. So therefore, this angle over here would be 48 degrees. That's not the question. The question is, what is angle A? Angle A is 42 degrees, which is answer 2. Question 17. Which value of x makes this expression x plus 4 over x minus 3 undefined? So, what will make a fraction undefined is if you divide something by 0, the answer is undefined, because you cannot divide something by 0. You could take 0 and give it to 5 people, and you'll be giving them 0, that's not considered undefined. But if you have $5 and you give it to 0 people, you're not dividing it. Therefore, the answer is undefined. So what will make this undefined? If the bottom is 0, meaning when you subtract 3 from the bottom, you'll get 0. The only way to subtract 3 from the bottom and get 0 is if x is 0. So the only correct answer is x equaling 3. If x equals 3, so 3 minus 3 is 0, and therefore this would be x is 3, so it's 3 plus 4 over 3 minus 3, which is equal to 7 over 0, which is undefined, and the correct answer is answer 3. And 3x minus 3, to make this undefined, x has to be 3, and therefore the correct answer is 3. Question 18. Consider the set of integers. Integers are whole numbers, not fractions, whole numbers. Consider the set of integers greater than -2, that means it does not include -2, and less than 6 means it does not include 6. That's why I did not color in the -2 and the 6, because it does not include them. Plus it also doesn't include the fractions, so this that I did, greater than -2 over here, does not mean, even though it does mean it, but I did not mean -1.5, or over here I don't mean 5 and 5.3, 5.07, I mean -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's all the integers, all the whole numbers that are greater than -2 and less than 6. A subset of this set is the factors of 5, the positive factors of 5. Didn't have to say positive factors of 5 because it did not say -5. -5 is not part of the set because the positive factors of 5 would be 1 and 5. It's not -1 and 5 because -1 and 5 doesn't give you a positive 5. -5 and -1 will give you a positive 5. So one of the sets is 1 and 5. Those are the factors, the positive factors of 5. What is the complement of this subset? Well, the complement of a subset is what's in the main set, but it's not in the subset. It complements the subset. It helps the subset become a set, become the main set without getting upset. So therefore, a subset of A is what's in the universal set, but is not in the set itself. So we have -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are in the set that we're talking about, and what's not in set A is -1, 0, 2, 3, and 4. We don't write down 1 and 5 because 1 and 5 are both in the subset. So the complement of a subset is what's not in the subset, but is in the set, the main set. So therefore, the correct answer to 18 is answer 2, which is -1, 0, 2, 3, and 4. Question 19. Which data set describes a situation that can be classified as qualitative? We want a set that can be described as quality. Again, which data set or which data set describes a situation that could be classified as qualitative? Let's try answer 1. The elevations of the 5 highest mountains in the world. Elevation is a number. Height, elevation is a number. That's quantity, that's not quality. They might be quality hills, they might be quality mountains, it might be in a quality place. But we are talking about height. Elevation is height, that's quantity, not quality. Answer 2. The ages of presidents at the times of their inauguration, well, the presidents themselves, they might be quality presidents, but their age is a quantity, it's not quality. Age is a number, it's not quality. So that's not the answer either. Answer 3. The opinion of students regarding school lunches is quality, because you're getting information. Information is quality. And if the question is how much information you got, that would be a quantity. But over here, the opinions of students regarding school lunches is quality, and not only that, but after you get this quality answer, you'll probably get a quality lunch. Answer 4, the shoe size of players on the basketball team, their size is quantity, it's a number, and it cannot be the answer. We asked for what's a quality answer, or quality data. Quality data is only one of the answers. That answer is answer 3. The opinions of students regarding school lunches. That's a quality answer, and that will give you a quality lunch. Question 20. What is the slope of a line that passes through points -6, 1 and 4, -4? Well, we know that a slope is equal to the change of y divided by the change of x. So the way to work that out is you pick one point and you make that point x1, y1, and the second point you make a point x2, y2, and the change in y is y1 minus y2 over the change of x, which is x1 minus x2. Or you can also do y2 minus y1. It doesn't have to be y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. It could be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's work that out. Let's make -6, 1 x1 y1. So that's y1 x1. y1 is 1. x1 is -6. Minus y2 is -4 over x2, which is 4. So y1 minus y2 is 1 minus a -4. 1 minus a -4 is 1 plus 4 is 5. And x1 is -6 minus x2, a 4, which is -10. 5 over -10 is -1 over 2. And if you do it the opposite way, instead of doing y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2, you do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Well, y2 is -4 minus y1, a 1. So -4 minus 1 is -5 over x2 is 4 minus x1. So that's 4 minus -6. Which is 4 plus 6, which is 10. So it's -5 over 10 is equal to -1/2. So you see the slope is -1/2, which is answer 3. Question 21. Students in 9th grade class measure their heights. I guess they had more time, extra time before recess. Students in the 9th grade class measure their heights, h, or represent their heights, in centimeters. The height of the shortest student was 155 centimeters, meaning height is equal to 155 centimeters. However, it's also greater than 155 centimeters. Because the height of the shortest is 155 centimeters, so therefore height is equal to 155, but its height is greater than or equal to 155. The height of the tallest student was 190 centimeters. So therefore the height is less than 190 centimeters, but is also equal to 190 centimeters because the height of the tallest student was 190. So therefore the height ranges from 155, including 155, and including 190, less than 190, less than and equal to 190, and also greater than or equal to 155. Which inequality represents the range of their heights is answer 2. Height is greater than or equal to 155, the shortest student, or, and then you have all the students in between, 160, 165, 170, 173, 177, 189, and the tallest student who you can even ask, how's the ear up there? He ranges 190, he's 190 centimeters, so the height is less than 190 centimeters, and it's also equal to 190 centimeters. It's equal to the tallest student. It's also equal to all the students in between. So therefore, it's less than or equal to 190 and greater than or equal to 155, which is answer 2. Question 22. Question 22. The table below shows a cumulative frequency distribution of runners' age. Cumulative means one on top of the other. That's 20 to 29, you have 8 people. From ages 20 to 39, you have 18 people, that's cumulative. That means they don't tell you from 20 to 29 and 30 to 39, that would not be cumulative. Cumulative means 20 to 29 and add on 30 to 39, then add on to 40 to 49, and then add on 50 to 59, that's cumulative. One on top of the other, one plus the other. According to the table, how many runners are in their 40s? Well, let's look. From 20 to 39, you have 18. So, and from 20 to 49, you have 25. So, if you subtract the people from 20 to 39, from the 25 you have, you'll be left with the people from 40 to 49. So I already did this over here. 20 to 29 is 8. 20 to 39 is 18. Subtract the 8 from 20 to 29, you have 10. 20 to 49 is 25. So if you subtracted the 8 till 29 and then the 10 till 39, you're left with 7. So from 40 to 49, you have 7 runners, and that is answer 3. Question 23. Mr. Turner bought X amount of pencils. Each box contains 25 pencils. So he bought X amount of boxes. So B will represent boxes. Boxes times the amount of boxes he bought. That means B will represent one box, which is 25 pencils, times the amount of pencils he bought is X, the amount of boxes he bought is X, will equal the total amount of pencils he bought. B represents one box, and X represents how many of those boxes. That will equal the total amount of boxes he bought, and B will represent the amount of pencils in each box. Now, he bought X amount of boxes. Each one holds 25 pencils. So B equals 25. So just put 25 in place of B. 25 pencils for each box times the amount of boxes. This is total. And he left 3 boxes at home. He left 3 times boxes, and each box is 25. So 3 times 25 is 75. He left 75 pencils at home. Which expression represents the total amount of pencils he took to school? He took the rest of the pencils to school, it says. So he took 25 pencils times the amount of boxes, minus the 3 boxes he left home. 3 times each box is 25 pencils. So minus the 75 pencils he left home. So which expression represents the total amount of pencils he took to school? The total amount of pencils he took to school is either B for a box times X amount of boxes minus 3 times a box, or 25 pencils times X amount of boxes minus the 3 boxes he left home, or the 75 pencils he left home, which is also a correct answer, which over here is answer 4. 25 times X amount of boxes minus the 75 pencils he left home is a correct explanation, and that is answer 4. Question 24. Which expression represents 2x squared minus 12x over x minus 6 in simplest form? Well, you have to try different ways. We're going to try, you can do x minus 6 from both of them and see if it comes out. It's a little more complicated that way. So what we're first going to do is, let's try to pull out from the top whatever we can and pull it apart into factors of 2x squared and 12x, and let's see if we could find something common in top and bottom. Well, what does 2x squared and 12x have in common? They both have a 2x. So pull out a 2x, and 2x, to make sure you got it right, 2x times x is 2x squared, and 2x times a negative 6 is negative 12x. So therefore, the top is 2x times x minus 6 over x minus 6. So can we cancel something out? Yes, we can. We could cancel out the x minus 6's, and all you're left with is 2x. And that answer is answer 2. Again, I took the x minus 6 out of the 2x squared and out of the negative 12x. If you try to plug it back in, you'll see 2x times x is equal to 2x squared, and 2x times negative 6 is negative 12x, so you know that that's true. So the correct answer to 24 is 2x squared minus 12x over x minus 6 is equal to 2x. Answer 2. Question 25. Don placed a ladder against the side of his house as shown in the diagram below. I made the ladder red, and the house is blue. The grass is green, at least for now. Which equation could be used to find the distance x from the foot of the ladder to the base of the house? Well, we assume that the ground is perpendicular to the house, and it's not the leaning power of Pisa or pizza, whatever you want to call it. Rather, we say that it makes a right angle. It makes a right angle, and when you have a right angle, you have the Pythagorean theorem, which is the square of the legs. When you add the square of the legs together, you get the square of the hypotenuse, the square of the side that's opposite the right angle. So